Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World, and welcome to October. It is October 1st, guys. I don't even know where September went. I don't know where the year has gone, but oh my goodness. We are in October, and that does mean that we need to talk about a couple of things that are going on in Save the World currently and could possibly happen very soon. But first, before we jump into that, we need to go and get our seasonal llamas. So for those of you who don't know, I'm sure some of you might not have seen it yet. We do have seasonal llamas, and actually they're going away in a couple of hours, in a few hours. I haven't been able to do anything today. Been really out of it, but let's get these seasonal freebies out of the way. So we get our 2 seasonal freebies. Honestly, well, you know what? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Stimulate India comment at 0. That's interesting. So I don't expect any of these to go gold. It would be wonderful if they did for me. I really do need some more survivors. But, you know, guys, and those people llamas. Do you guys remember the last people llamas? I cannot believe my luck with those. And for a little while there, you guys remember, I was getting legendary survivors out of regular llamas. For a little while there, my luck was absolutely amazing. The other llama here right now is a super range llama. You guys know I don't really go for those, but for 1,000 V-Bucks each, ouch. Right now, I'm saving all of my V-Bucks as well as any unopened piñatas I might have for a potential new llama, for a potential new event, a new ticket, etc. Because you guys know, whenever you open any of these llamas, upgrade llamas, legendary troll stash, any of these, you do get tickets along with them, and that's what I want to talk about. So I want to talk about why I haven't talked about this. So a lot of people know that we have gotten a lot of information, or a lot of there's been a lot of chatter. There's been a lot of chatter online about Fortnitemares 2. And the only thing that we know for sure that we've seen is this. So this was tweeted out last week, I think it was, by Epic Games on their account. And it was tweeted out that, you know, dark things are rising or something. Oh, is that the word, the rising thing? You know, it could have been taken very much, you know, at face value for Battle Royale in the cube, and, you know, the middle of the lake thing is rising. Very cool too, very cool. Or it could mean also, they could also refer to something in Save the World, aka Fortnitemares Part 2. Now, let me kind of talk about why I don't talk about this. And we actually really got into this into one of my streams over the weekend, where a lot of people were asking me to talk about it, you know, to talk about the stuff. And I'm going to say this right now. I mean, in all honesty and fairness, a lot of you guys and a lot of people send me a lot of information, like in emails and in DMs and everything. I've gotten tons of information from people who are like, hey, look at what we found, look at what they found, look what this was found, please make a video about it. And sometimes I answer and I say, you know, I'd rather not. And honestly, I kind of stopped answering because people would get really mad at me. People would get really mad at me because for not talking about it, for not talking about the data mines and everything. And this is my reason for this. And I kind of want to explain this because a lot of people are kind of wondering why I don't make videos like that, why I don't make videos about, you know, what's coming. So whenever I do, you know, whenever I do a coming soon video, it's usually, you know, Monday, Tuesday, or right before, like the day before we get a patch update. And the reason for that is because I wait until we get, well, when we used to get developers blogs, or we got like teaser tweets, or even, you know, on Reddit or on the Epic website, they would, like, officially, the official accounts for Epic Games would tell us what to expect the next day, what to expect soon, you know. So that's why I would do it, you know, and I still do it. I still do videos like that because I do like to talk about what we know. And yes, sometimes I do predict, I guess, or guess, because there is a lot of information they've released like this, you know, we can probably deduce a lot from this image. But I don't believe in data mining, okay? I don't believe in, you know, like, if a developer makes information and doesn't release it, there's kind of a reason for that, and for me, I look at it from a point of view of I've worked in a lot of different businesses and different fields over my life. And one of the worst things is when you're trying to keep something secret. Like you're working on a really big project, you're working on something that you're gonna, like a surprise, even like a surprise birthday party or something, and someone spoils it. And it's even worse when you're working on like a project to unveil a new product, or you're trying to unveil a new program or a new design or something new like that. I've never worked in, well, kind of, but I've never really worked in like a gaming industry like field like that, where I'm working on developing a game to release to the public. But I can only imagine how it must feel for the developers to work really hard on something to try and make it a surprise and keep it secret, and then someone just telling everyone what they've been working on and everything, and also it really does set an expectation that a lot of times can't be met. Because if you look at something and you're like, oh my goodness, this is going to be incredible, and you start like making theories about it and everything, and then when you actually get it, you're like, well, wasn't as amazing as it was sold to me or as it was hyped up to be, and I think that's a big thing. That's why I prefer not to. Whenever people send me, stuff about data mining, anything, I just delete it or I say no, thank you. Because I don't want to be spoiled. And I know that a lot of times, and it doesn't happen in this game, but when there are different versions of a game, sometimes you'll see things, in one version. Like, for example, in Battle Royale, if they have all these skins and heroes they have, I know, I know that one day we will also get them. Eventually they're going to have to use them. I mean, well, they don't have to use them, but they can use them. And if they've already designed the models and they already have the art and everything, why not just use that in Save the World? And the cool thing about Save the World and Battle Royale is that they just get the skins. Okay, I mean, like if they get a ninja, their ninjas move the same as their well, they don't have constructors, do they? Do they have any constructors? Penny? I think they have some pennies, don't they? But they don't have any. They don't have any Kyles, do they? Wow. Okay. Well, anyway, so like if you see their skins, they just move the same. They don't have special abilities. They don't have special moves, nothing like that. But we do, which is really awesome. And we know how, like ninjas, they have the double jump, and you've got the Outlanders, how they move, and they've got their phase shift and everything. It's really awesome, all the different things that Save the World provides us and gives us, which is amazing. And I love that. And I really, really hope that, they do continue working really hard to do that. When they introduce new heroes or when they introduce different skins, just the different tweaks and everything makes it really awesome. And yes, I would love it if we could have different pickaxes. I would love if we could like upgrade our pickaxes, or if we could even like exchange back bling or something, I get it. It would be amazing if we could take our favorite looking hero and, swap and pick and choose their abilities. That would be insane, but it would kind of make the game a little too it would be a little too broken, I think. But regardless, we can dream, right? Anyway, so when you look at all that, and when we look at like right now all the information that's coming out about Fortnitemares and potentially could come out, the last thing I want to say is that it's very important to remember that even though there's information in there, I mean, for those of us who've been playing games for a long time, I mean, you may remember there are entire chunks of data, there are entire areas in games that were never used by our developers. The island in GoldenEye. Oh wow, I'm dating myself. Okay, so if anyone out there played GoldenEye, like, what was that? Super Nintendo, or I don't know what it was, but if you ever played GoldenEye, then you might remember the island and the fact that that entire area was completely playable if you could no clip to it. But all they did was just take out the boat to get there, which is awesome. It's awesome. So, like, even in Save the World, there might be entire areas, they might be entire chunks of data, heroes, weapons, things that we'll never see. And it may be because they couldn't get them to work. They felt that it wasn't unbalanced. It was glitchy, whatever it could be, or it could just be the developers just didn't feel like doing it, So that's why I don't like to hype up something that I'm not sure is gonna happen. I love to dream and I love to be like, wouldn't this be cool if this happened or if we got this. But I don't like to be like, okay, this data is in the game, and then be upset if it's not exactly what I think it would be, or even if they don't release it. I like to be surprised. I like to be surprised, and if the developers have a bunch of stuff in the game that they want to do, and they want to, like, surprise us with, I want to be surprised. I want to be like, yes, like, oh my goodness, look at this, and this is awesome. I love that. I love that feeling of surprise. Very much, Christmas morning kind of thing. But I did want to talk about this because I have seen a lot of people asking me about this over and over again, and a lot of people starting to get angry at me that I don't talk about it, that I don't talk about all the data, leaks and the data mining and all the stuff that people are talking about. I kind of think that, I mean, it's also proprietary, like it's theirs, so I never want to get in trouble either. It's their information, it's their data, and if they are not releasing it to the public yet, I would rather wait until they do. So that's my 2 cents on that matter. Just wanted to clear that up because a lot of people keep asking me about why I'm not talking about Fortnitemares 2. And now I want to talk about Fortnitemares 2. So I do want to talk about it because I'm not going to talk about what we think might be coming. I'm actually going to talk about the fact that I think it might be coming sooner than later. We're in October now, and this is the part of me that's going to rant a little bit. So please bear with me. I hope we get it on Wednesday. Okay, I hope we get it Wednesday. I really seriously do. We hope we get it on Wednesday. I don't know if Battle Royale is going to have downtime for a patch notes or for a patch update or content update tomorrow morning. But you guys know, even if whatever happens, we in Save the World are not going to see anything until Wednesday afternoon. That's when the store resets. But until then, today's Monday. Yeah, today's Monday. So until then, maybe it's possible that tomorrow morning, when the patch update happens, we'll get information about, for diapers. Because honestly, it would be perfect if it happened all of October. I mean, we are in October now, and that's kind of got me thinking about. It would be wonderful. It would be absolutely wonderful if Wednesday we jumped into Fortnitemares. And you know what? I'm not going to talk about the Gravedigger or what might be coming or not coming or whatever. I'm kind of past all that, honestly. But I would really like to see a different event for some weird, crazy reason. I don't know why. I'm almost done with Cram Session. I'm still working hard on it. For some crazy reason, I really enjoyed Cram Session. I don't know why. And yes, if you guys want to know, some people have been asking, I have accumulated a considerable amount of XP, and this is just from playing. The encampment missions with double hero, I'm loving those. I'm absolutely crazy about those. And I've been averaging about, I don't know, 200 to 400,000 experience every stream, every time I play. Because that's all I do. All I do is the encampment missions. And now that I have access to Twine Peaks, I'm also doing some legendary ones. So I gotta say, I really wish that there was more perk up and reperk and all that, because I know I'm gonna need that. But I really do. I'm enjoying the Cram Session, but I think what happened is that it was presented to us incorrectly. We expected to receive a massive amount of experience and stuff, and honestly, something that I really think they should have done is, my third part of my Cram Session video will probably be coming out hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday. I've been working really hard to finish everything. But I kind of think that if they had presented this Cram Session as differently to us, we all thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to get tons of materials. I'm going to get evolved materials and experience. It's going to be just raining experience, and it's just not how we expected it. The actual Cram Session mini event is really lackluster. Even when you get to the end of it, it's like, this is not really worth it. And honestly, I have to say this. I think that at the end of the Cram Session event, once you grind through everything, they should have had a couple of extra repeatable quests. And I talked about this on my stream too. And I think what they should have done is they should have, like, let's say if you're in, Plankerton, Stormwood, Candy Valley, or Towing Peaks, it kind of like the same thing that what's it called? The Challenge the Horde happened, So like if you're in Twine Peaks, you would have to do level 76 missions, right? So I think what they should have done is they should have done a single repeatable quest that would have been something like, open 5 chests, do 5 missions, defeat, I don't know, 1,000 husks and open 2 safes, or something like that, like something like that, or 3, 3, 2, and 1,000. And every time you did that, you would get, like, if you completed all 4, you would finish that repeatable quest, and you would get 50,000 hero, 50,000 schematic, 100,000 survivor experience, or 100, 100, 200, or whatever, but an amount that we would have been like, man, that's awesome. And in reality, we're already doing it. Like, if you're just grinding encampments like I am, and you're doing the hub double hero ones, you're going to get anywhere between 10 to 15,000 experience every single one. That's why every single time I'm doing 3 of them, 4 of them, I'm getting about 50,000 hero experience. And I can do them in 10 minutes. So that's why I'm saying it's really, really awesome. It's actually really, really awesome. This Cram Session event is really awesome if you just grind it, but the way it was presented and the way that we have it, you kind of start doing it. I mean, I know so many people that started doing Cram Session and they were like, this isn't worth it. Like, what's the point of this? And even people who are doing like the 3 times or even 4 times epic perk up or legendary perk up, and they just finished doing Challenge the Horde. You do one of those you do one of those missions for less perk up than you would get in the Challenge the Horde game, and we just came off Challenge the Horde, and a lot of people are burnt out from that grind. So I kind of feel like that's the disparity here. We're not really understanding, kind of what they meant to do with Cram Session, what we expected. And again, that's another thing. We all expected something. Even I did. We all talked about, and of course that they told us, it's going to be a considerable amount, and you're going to be able to, amass lots, and all we're really amassing is gold. Like that's the only thing you see right off the bat. Oh my goodness, gold! I am getting so much gold. But I kind of think that if it would have been presented differently or if highlighted differently, then I think we could have done better. And honestly, something I think they should have done was put reperk and perk ups in the shop that never ran out. Like, maybe if they went up in price eventually, because gold right now, you can get 5,000 gold in a heartbeat. It is ridiculous how fast you can get gold right now. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2. This has been Fortnite Save the World, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, I just realized you guys couldn't see my stuff in the back. Sorry. See ya.